All right, people, the more I went into this big, beautiful bill last night and again this morning, like you, I've been trying to make sense of all of it. It is a big, big bill. I mean, it's so thick. It reminds me of what a congressman said over, I think 15 years ago. I think it was, don't quote me, but I think it was Congressman Conyers back in the day. He had an honest moment, a come to Jesus moment. And he said, do you really think that we have time to read all this stuff? Talking about bills. And people, I'm telling you, the thing is huge. Even if they have a team of people, I mean, and in the narrow period of time, the way our government runs, people, I tell you, you can be nickel dime slick and get some things in there and tweak it. And before you know it, even the most experienced lawmaker can be fooled. Of which many times, once the thing is into law, it's hard to unravel it. People, I'm not a tax expert. I am not a politician, honestly. Again, I follow trends like you guys do. I've covered this big, beautiful bill off and on. And I just want to present an aspect. It doesn't cover everything. Nowhere in the world. I'd be up weeks to do this thing. But I want to give you a basic overview of what I'm seeing. You should do your own due diligence. But I just want to show you some of the things. Like I said, it's so many issues. And it just might get done today or tomorrow, okay? Now listen to the press secretary when she first spoke about, well, one of the first times that she spoke about this thing, okay? Check it out.
If I could, the House Republicans are floating the idea of a 5-year extension of the Trump tax cuts. President Trump wants it permanent. Would he sign a bill that has just a 5-year extension?
So I'm glad you brought up taxes. Do you mind holding this so I can bring my receipts? I like to bring the receipts. So these are the tax priorities of the Trump administration that the president has laid out for members in that meeting today. No tax on tips, which is obviously a very public campaign promise that the president made. No tax on seniors' Social Security. No tax on overtime pay. Renewing President Trump's 2017 middle-class tax cuts. Again, these are the president's priorities. Adjusting the SALT cap. Eliminate all the special tax breaks for billionaire sports team owners. Close the carried interest tax deduction loophole. Tax cuts for made in America products. This will be the largest tax cut in history for middle-class working Americans. The president.
Now, many people don't agree with it. They think that, hey, the bottom line is over time, it's going to enrich the rich and hurt the poor. Now, I'm going to read off to you guys some of the things that I read about and went over. Number one, deduct up to $10,000 in car loan interest. You heard me. The bill proposed, which will likely go through, you can deduct up to $10,000 in car loan interest. This goes between 2025 to 2028. Now, this is in relation to passenger cars whose final assembly is in the United States. Again, go from 2025 to 2028 on passenger cars where the final assembly is in the USA. I did a video in relation to cars a few months ago. From what I understand, people are going into sticker shock right now. Certain markets are going to be hurt more than others. Foreign car versus an American-built car. You guys know as well as I do, if you're going to have an American automobile manufacturer, it takes years to get it up and running. So we're not going to see the full fruits of this thing for a while. Number two, tax on tips, up to $25,000. Again, up to $25,000 when it comes down to tax on tips. That too goes from 2025 to 2028. Overtime pay, tax, free free up to $25,000 per person. Again, overtime pay, tax, free is free up to $25,000 per person. That's from 2025 to 2028. How that's going to work in terms of business, hey, we'll see. That's not bad though. $25,000. The first $25,000 is free, no taxes on it. Not bad, right? So it appears that the goal of Trump administration is to put more money into the economy. That's one of their arguments in relation to what certain analysts are saying it's going to cause between $2 to $3 trillion added to the debt, national debt. Okay, here's another one. If you're 65 and older, that is a senior citizen, you can get a $6,000 bonus or deduction. So that helps me. 65 years and older, $6,000 bonus or really a deduction that you can, have for your taxes. That's going to go 2025 to 2028. So yeah, like the way I work here, social media, I pay taxes on my work, but I can get a $6,000 deduction in a year. Now, child tax credit. They're proposing $2,200 per child permanently. Again, $2,200 per child permanently, tax credit. That's self-explanatory. Okay, next, and the final thing that I did more due diligence research, although like I said, it's a whole assembly line of things that you can go down. But here's one. Certain ages between 19 and 64 on Medicaid, you must work or volunteer or go to school or have job training program 80 hours per month to qualify. I'm gonna say it again. Medicaid, not all recipients, but some people between 19 and 64, they must work, volunteer, or go to school or have job training program 80 hours per month to qualify. Certain recipients. That's going to be a real big one, people, because they're talking about a whole lot of people are going to be affected by this Medicare thing. I'll get into the Elon Musk thing. You know that Elon Musk is going up against it. He said it's going to increase the budget. My question to you is, he said it's going to add to the debt. They hired him for Doge. Are they playing good cop, bad cop in front of us? Elon getting the impression that, hey, you use me. I'm saying how I'm feeling. Elon is feeling. You use me to do the Doge cuts, but now I got to act as a savior because my goal was to help reduce the spending, and now you're going to add another $2 to $3 trillion. That's basically what my thinking is what Elon is saying. So let's go down this rabbit hole, people. It's a lot. Check this out.
And is at the White House. Natalie, good morning. Now, the Senate vote was a win for President Trump. What are you hearing from the White House?
Well, the president has been very outspoken on social media and also on camera yesterday in reacting to that Senate vote, and also saying that right now it appears the bill is on schedule to meet his self-imposed deadline of July 4th, but that's really only if House Republicans unite. They can only afford to lose about 3 votes, and already we've seen conservative hardliners come out against some of the Senate changes, concerned about the increased amount to the federal deficit, and also moderates concerned about the changes to the Medicaid provision. So the president, as we know, during the first time that this bill passed in the House version, it required a lot of personal phone calls by the president. Remember, he went over to Capitol Hill to talk to the House GOP conference, and he was...
My humble opinion, I think that Medicaid thing is going to have to really be looked at. You know, going from the House to the Senate, now back to the House. Look, I really think they're going to have to take a long look at this Medicaid thing. People, that it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, people get mad about the way taxes used to be back in the day. I think they used to tax the rich over 80% of their income, but it wasn't all your income. It was a breakdown, but it was a better economy back in the day. Arguably, you didn't have this student loan debt. You follow me? Healthcare wasn't that big of an issue. Child care wasn't that big of an issue. I mean, how do you have a harmonious with a tax system that people look? I just don't get into how many boats and how many yachts and how many homes you can have. Over time, it's gluttony, and that could be part of our doom. Are we going the way of Rome? The Bible says, talk about take care of the least of these. It's just not when you get something to help out. It's also how you have these policies in place so you can have some things. We've had a lot of mental health clinics in America close. A lot of things. Hospitals in Chicago, especially in minority communities, particularly black communities, have closed. People, we're not being the brother's keeper, but I digress. Let's get into this here. Megyn Kelly, she's going to have a spin on this. Check it out.
Elon hates the big, beautiful bill. I'm sure he genuinely, sincerely hates it. It does, like on its papers, increase the deficit by some $3 trillion over 10 years. Trump doesn't believe that. And I understand he's actually got a very colorable argument, which is this thing is going to unleash such growth and prosperity in America that's not accounted for. The growth is not factored in at all by these number crunchers who simply look at what are the outlays and what are the expected incomes when it comes to taxing people. It doesn't factor in growth. So Trump is trying to say, you know, you're misjudging it. And I think he genuinely believes that. Elon doesn't like spending. He's been, of course, on Doge trying to stop too much government spending. And let's face it, Elon also doesn't like the fact that these green energy subsidies are being taken away. This was all in what Trump calls the Green New Scam. It was Joe Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, which was really just a green energy bill.
Now, you guys are probably seeing all over the media, will Trump deport Elon? And Trump the other day at the White House saying, look, Trump, that Elon gets all types of deductions. And I guess I'll put words in the president's mouth. You better be satisfied with what I'm doing now, because I could really hurt you, Elon. You get a lot. And yeah, people, you know, when we did the research back in the day when I was all over this, I forgot the number, but if I'm not mistaken, you know, Elon gets $8 million, what, a day? Should I get into that? Elon Musk gets $8 million a day from the federal government. Yeah, I was right. Look at that, people. That shit. People, look. No wonder he's the richest man, as they say. It's ridiculous. $8 million a day. So Trump's right. He could hit him. But I think they're playing good cop, bad cop. This is the kind of foolishness that should stop. That kind of money. If you let Elon run a business like you and I would do, and not get all these tax breaks, he wouldn't have all this. Well, Pearson, he's a major contributor to the wealth and benefit of our society with all the things that he's created. I don't give a damn about going to the moon. I really don't. And this just blew up. He just blew up. They just had a test less than 2 weeks ago, and the thing blew up. How much money did that cost? Well, that's part of R&D. I ain't trying to hear it. People got to eat. Poor people out in the street. People in the tents. I ain't trying to hear the tears that Elon crying. Trump should slash him so they can rehire some of those people, maybe all of them that they cut. But like I said, I got into it. They set us up long time ago. People, look, a lot of these jobs should never been created. A lot of these federal jobs. Then they took them from you administrations later, right now. And that's the Doge cut. Biden should never create all those jobs. He made a false economy. I'll try to find those videos I did. I'll put it in the link. Our government set us up. They made a false economy. They created government jobs they shouldn't have done. Then they took them away. That's a setup. That's where we're at. Check this out. Millions will lose healthcare coverage. Check it out.
To offset all this spending, the bill contains proposed cuts too. Chief among these are cuts to Medicaid and allowing Obamacare premium subsidies to expire. Both programs are relied on by millions of low-income Americans. Nearly 12 million people could lose health insurance over the next decade as a result. The bill will hasten the phasing out of Joe Biden's green energy subsidies, which are now due to end in 2027.
So just dealing with the healthcare thing alone, it's a strain. People are gonna die. People are gonna be hurt. It's gonna put a lot of strain on the hospitals, the administrators. They're gonna have to make those decisions. And guess what? The cost might rise, people. The overall cost of healthcare, period, in America might rise because you got less money coming in. Do you understand, people? Is it a train wreck? Tell me what you think. Tell me, I really want to know your opinion, especially on the healthcare, in the chat. Thank you. Now, listen to this politician here, and we'll go a little bit more detail in the big beautiful bill.
Are often left behind without access to health care.
Democrats say Republicans are creating the danger to rural health care through Medicaid cuts and not going far enough to fix it.
It is a Band-Aid on an amputation. It provides just a tiny fraction of the nearly $1 trillion in cuts.
More than 11 million Americans are expected to lose their health care. Republicans argue the overhaul will help keep Medicaid running long term. Also touting the bill's extended tax cuts and billions for defense, deportations, and the border. Spending, the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates, will increase the deficit by more than $3 trillion. President Trump's one-time advisor, Elon Musk, resumed deportations. And
This is insanity. People, it's hard to get a blessing from our Creator when we don't do the basics. I said the last time I did a video on economics / big beautiful bill, the spiritual aspect can no longer be ignored. It should have never been ignored. And that is, you honor the senior citizens. During the Depression, they came up with a lot of these programs. They're civil. They're civil and they make sense. And they can be paid for. Yes, there is a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse. Yes, people have been abusing the program since they started. Cut that. I ain't got no problem with it. If you cheating the system, you ain't got no business on it. You making money under the table. And, you know, at the same time, you're getting these discounts. It's questionable. Do you really need it? Or you making money handled over fist, plus making money under the table that's non-taxable, and now you're still getting, you know, Medicare, Medicaid. It's just not right. But again, I've said before, about the time I get through doing a video, in the two major wars that we have, the bombs that they fired over the 30 minutes it might take me to upload the video, those bombs can pay for some of these programs right off the bat. You feel me? So our priorities are just messed up in America and the world. They're messed up, but it's deliberately. It's part of their social planning. They're engineering an atmosphere where people are always in stress. Satan knows in order to move his agenda and create his kingdom, his one world system, he's got to make sure the misery barometer is always high, okay? Now look at these other areas. Again, this is what they're saying. It might add to the deficit, tax cuts, but yet Trump is saying, look, it's going to add money to the economy. People lose health care, Medicaid. Defense went up, and that's my point. Defense went up. Immigration enforcement, we should never let them over here. We hurt ourselves by bringing these immigrants over. And food assistance, look, you qualify for it, you should get it. That's the way I feel about it. I don't care what color you are or what culture you're from. Now let me go into my video I did yesterday, because I want to get you a breakdown. I've done this before. I've done a gematria on the people who vote, okay? I want you to check this out. Check this out. Listen to the people who went against the bill yesterday. Listen to it.
Massive tax cuts, especially no tax on tips and overtime, and most importantly, big money for border security. This is a big win for the American people, as again we are learning this breaking news. Just moments ago, Senate Republicans passing President Trump's big tax breaks and spending cuts bill by a slim margin, pushing past opposition from Democrats and their own GOP ranks there after this overnight session that we did watch. Again, Vice President J.D. Vance just speaking there, but he did break a 50-50 tie to push this over the top. And we do know the three Republicans opposing that bill were Senators Tom Tillis of North Carolina, Susan Collins of Maine, and Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky. Now, as of note here, the bill...
So, Rand Paul, he was one of the people that opposed it. January 7, 1963, watch this. January 7, 2024, his last birthday, well, his birthday from 2024 versus Trump's birthday, 6/14/2025. The difference is 75 weeks. It's 75 weeks between Trump's birthday and Ron Paul's 2024 birthday. What is 75? Remember, power speaks symbolically, people. They speak. God gave me the gift of clues, codes, colors, to accomplish time and conclusion. They speak through numbers. What is 75? That's March 16th. March 16th is 3:16, like sacrifice, John 3:16, when Jesus sacrificed his life. Who's being sacrificed? Now watch this. Susan Collins, she held out also. She didn't like the vote. Her birthday is December 7th. Watch this. December 7th, 2026, birthday, versus yesterday's vote, 7/1/2025. The difference also is 75 weeks. What a coincidence, right? Sacrifice. And here, Tom Tillis. His birthday is August 30th. Take August 30th, 2025. Subtract it from yesterday's day of the vote, 7/1/2025. The difference is what? Barack Obama's birthday, August 4th. Is that coincidence? And last but not least, also his birthday, Tom Tillis, August 30th. Another way to look at it, August 30th, 2025, his birthday, versus Trump's birthday right now. Donald Trump's birthday, 6/14/2025. The difference is 222, which is the beast system, the Antichrist system, okay? Also 216, see this, 2 months and 16 days. What is 216? August 4th is the 216th day of the year. Barack Obama was born August 4th. I believe everybody's in on it. They know what they're gonna do. You guys probably remember the videos I did a few months ago. It came down with the numbers it showed, and it showed also, allegedly, that by the numbers, Trump was in control of what Congress is doing. In other words, we got the illusion that everybody's independent on their thinking, but yet it's really a Julius Caesar moment. It's not good. My name is Crenshaw Pearson. I hope you appreciate the work. God bless you. Please comment If you want to help the channel, you can. Just go to Friendshot Blue, type in my name, Friendshot Pearson or Friendshot Blue. Then click on my portrait, please. Click on my portrait, and then go to more, click on more. I have Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and PayPal. Take a snapshot. I have Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and PayPal. You can also mail a love offering. My videos do not go to the large audience, so please help me out in any way you can. God bless you, and we pray for America.